The Press Box presents Cage Side with Christopher James. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Cage Side with Christopher James. Now, if you notice, I am actually in a cage today. First time all year we're taking the show on the road, so we're out here, and look, it's Cage Side right there. Now, on today's show, we got a lot of good stuff for you. We're going to be talking with Mike Rio from The Ultimate Fighter, current UFC fighter, and we're going to talk about what he's got going on in his career today. We're also going to show you a piece with Sean Sherk in the Elevation Training Mask from when he first hit the road, showing everybody out there the latest innovation in training technology. He came to the XFC Training Center in Brandon, Florida, the first time on the road, and we've got it exclusively right here on Cage Side with Christopher James. Also in the show today, you guys out there want to learn how to train the right way? Well, I'm going to show you how I get things done when I'm training and getting in shape. It's the official Cage Side with Christopher James workout video. You guys are going to love this. Later on in the show, we're going to do a segment called 5 Questions with Christopher James. Now, I've been teasing this segment all season long, and now we're going to show you what 5 Questions with Christopher James is all about with some of the people we've had on the show all season long. Also, we're going to have some news from the XFC on some of their current signings and their new show coming up in April in Louisville, Kentucky. So, stay tuned. Cage Side with Christopher James. We'll be right back.
I'm Randy Couture. You're watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
Cage Side with Christopher James is brought to you by The Press Box and Eric J. Herman, attorney at law. Hey, welcome back everybody, and we're going to jump right in. Now, in the opening, I told you guys we were going to have a piece with Sean Sherk all about the Elevation Training Mask. Well, Sean Sherk took his show on the road, and the first place he came to was the XFC Training Center in Brandon, Florida. So check it out right now. Here's Sean Sherk and the Elevation Training Mask. Hey, I'm Christopher James. I'm at the XFC Training Center at 1076 East Brandon Boulevard in Brandon, Florida. And I'm sitting here today. We got big things happening with this man right here. Former UFC lightweight champion of the world, the one and only Sean the Muscle Shark Sherk. First of all, man, thanks for coming in today. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And who's your buddy over here?
This is Casey Danford, a friend of mine, actually my business partner in Training Mask.
Yeah, the reason we have Sean here today is because he's got a great innovation in training, and I'm going to let him tell you about it. It's called the Elevation Training Mask. It's right here. It's an amazing piece of technology, and you look at it, you don't think it's but it's crazy. It's good stuff. So, Sean, tell us how you came up with the idea for training in a mask that looks like this.
Well, the idea actually came probably about 3 years ago. I've been using training masks, things of this nature. I always kept it kind of on the down low because I knew it was working for me, and obviously if you're doing something that's working and your opponents aren't, you try to keep that thing a secret. So been using masks of this nature for the last couple of years, and was actually approached by Casey here probably about 6 months ago about mass producing them and making them available to the public. So that's what stage we're at right now. We're making these things available to the public. So the whole purpose to the training mask is it's a cardio-based mask. It has resistant air, resistant breathing ability to it. So what you do is you put the mask on for your cardiovascular workouts, and it strengthens your lungs, and in turn it'll have a lot of good scientific effects to it.
Now, when you first started this, you had like an old gas mask that I guess, and it was duct taped up and looked all nasty, and so you've turned it into this pretty thing right here.
Yeah, that's how we originally came about this thing. Was we would go to the military surplus stores, buy the gas masks there, which are pretty expensive, but well worth the money at that point in time. We'd have to duct tape the things up to make them work properly, and we'd get it done, you know. So they were bigger, they were more clunky, and we had the duct tape to make them work. This product right here is smaller, a lot more versatile, a lot lighter, so it's just a way better product, and it's cheaper as well.
So, Casey, you came on board with Sean. We talked a little bit about this yesterday on the radio. What possessed you to say, you know what, we got to mass produce this thing and sell it?
Right. Well,
and take away his advantage because this is his secret.
Right. Well, I don't mean to take anything away from Sean, but I actually seen him market here. You know, I've seen Sean working hard, and you know, this guy is one of the best of the best. He's a legend of the UFC, and we put this thing together with Sean, and he actually helped us manufacture and make this thing the specs out to, so to say, UFC or by far world champion standards. I actually came about this because I was watching, I think it was on UFC 86 or 84, was it 86 or 84? It was the one that he fought on. I was watching his training at the API, and I took a look, and I seen all this duct tape, and there's 2 inches of duct tape on there. There's nose things that were all taped up, and I actually made a phone call to Sean, and I said, Sean, what do you think about maybe making this to the public? Because I had seen all the YouTube videos, and everybody's like, hey, Sean, where do we get one of these, or how do I do this, or how do I do that? Well, we answer all the questions with the Elevation training mask. The question is in the box, and we bring it to you.
Well, you guys have been doing this now for a little while. You're getting a lot of inquiries, a lot of sales. I mean, are people coming up to you and saying, I need this mask?
Yeah, absolutely. This mask is by far one of the best training tools you can have. And at the price that we're selling it at, it's by far one of the cheapest and most effective tools you can have in your gym or you can have in your training facility.
So what made you decide to give away your secret?
Well, first of all, I like the idea of Casey helping me perfect the mask, because the masks we were using previously were makeshift, kind of put together. They were bigger, they were clunkier, kind of got in the way a little bit more. So by perfecting the mask itself was actually another benefit for me, because I was able to use this mask training for my last fight with Evan Dunham. And
he won.
Which I won. It was a tough fight, of course, obviously, but I was able to pull off a close decision. So
amazing
I was
testimonial to the mask.
No doubt.
I was able to use the mask for my training, so that was part of the interest to me in mask producing. And the other interest is that it's a really cool product. There's no product on the market like it, and it's very, very. It works. Simply said enough, it works.
So you're going to ban guys that are 155 from using your mask?
I hope they all buy it, to be honest with you.
Well, listen, I know we got great stuff going on today, and I thank you guys for coming out here and taking the time. It's trainingmask.com if you want to get any information. If you want to get a mask, trainingmask.com. Christopher James with Sean Sherk, Casey Danford, and we'll see you later. Now, as most of you guys out there know, the Elevation mask has changed. He's revolutionized it. He's made it slicker, smaller, more form-fitting to the face. And if you guys want to get yours, just go to trainingmask.com and check it out. Tell them Christopher James sent you, and who knows, maybe they'll hook you up with a discount. Hey guys, now when we come back on the show, we're going to talk about the latest signing to the XFC. And let me tell you something, this guy is a beast. And if he's smart and he wants to get in the best shape of his life, he's going to check out my official training video. We're going to show it all to you when we come back right here on Cage Side with Christopher James.
What's up, guys? It's Uriah Faber, the California Kid, and you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James on my TV.
Do you need a criminal attorney? Call Eric J. Herman, attorney at law. Non-attorney spokesperson. Walter's Press Box. Tampa's #1 sports bar for over 20 years. The Press Box, Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game and party. We show all the NFL games and every other major sporting event in the world, including MMA. (222) South Dale Mabry Highway, Tampa, Florida.
Come on down and see us at the Press Box.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Now, I told you right before we went to break, we're going to talk about the latest signing to the XFC. And this guy right here, he's not just one weight class, he does a few different weight classes. Primarily, he finds his home in the welterweight division, and this guy has a master record of 54 wins and 8 losses. Yeah, I said 54 wins and 8 losses, an amazing record, and the guy is a beast. He's got great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm talking about Luis Sapo Santos, and he's going to be headlining the XFC card in April in Louisville, Kentucky. It's called XFC Louisville Slugfest. If you want information on the card and Santos, check it out at officialxfc.com. Now, everybody out there is always trying to find the right training regimen for them to help them get in shape for a fight. Well, I think I've come up with the greatest solution on how to train for a fight. So here it is right now, the official Christopher James training workout. Hey, how you doing? I'm Christopher James, the Extreme host for the XFC Extreme Fighting Championships. And today, I figured, I work for a mixed martial arts company. I figured it's time for me to learn about mixed martial arts. So the only way to do that is for me to go inside and train to be a cage fighter. Come on in. Hey guys, I'm sure you enjoyed that workout video. I know I did, and you probably feel in better shape just for watching. Now, if you guys got any commentary about it, please send us an email. Let us know what you're thinking about the show, guests, and everything else at mymmashow@gmail.com. Now, when we come back, we're going to show you 5 questions with Christopher James. It's a fun segment I like to do with the fighters, get a little bit of more personal stuff on them. So just come on back and watch the show. We'll be right back. MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world, and the XFC is looking for the next MMA superstar. Both Nick Newell and Mariana Kayfetz tried out for the XFC. Nick Newell received over 1 million hits on YouTube after his first XFC victory. You think you got what it takes? Then prove it at the next XFC Open Fighter Tryout. For details, go to officialxfc.com. The XFC is looking for the next big thing in MMA. Is it you? Hey everyone, we're going to hit it up right now. It's 5 questions with Christopher James. Now, the only wrong answer you can have to these questions is if I don't like what you said. So check it out right here, right now, with some of the guests from the show earlier this year. It's 5 questions with Christopher James. First one, Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles?
Neither.
Neither? Not even as a kid?
Not organic.
All right, but when you were a kid, you didn't eat that stuff? Wow.
Sausage biscuit.
Sausage biscuit. I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuit. Okay. Are you a dog person or a cat person? Sounded like you're a horse person there.
No, I'm a dog person, but I have 5 cats.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
1 dog, 5 cats?
Yeah, but it's my girlfriend that's done this to me.
All right, so I got this. Archie Bunker or Al Bundy?
They're both icons of their time and kind of play the same role, really. But you got to go with Archie Bunker just because he was the original.
Tell me your favorite cartoon character of all time.
Of all time?
All time.
Damn, man, you're messing with me. Randy Marsh.
Randy Marsh from?
South Park.
Why Randy Marsh?
Because he's funny, that's why he's... Stupid question.
Did you just see the episode with Blockbuster?
No, I have to watch it. They don't have cable at the place I'm at.
Oh, well, when you see the new episode where he bought Blockbuster Video, you're going to love it. I'm just letting you know right now.
I might like Cartman better, though, actually, now that I think about it.
Well,
Homer Simpson's a classic, though. You can't mess with Homer.
No, you can't mess with Homer or Bart or any of those guys. And, you know, there's also the Family Guy characters, too.
I don't like Family Guy that much.
Really? Being from New England and everything?
No, it's not as intelligently written. You know, The Simpsons is a classic, and South Park just has better plot lines. You know, they have stories, and it all fits together. Like Family Guy, they're just like, oh, remember that time I was hanging out with Gary Coleman and we went ice skiing? You know, like, it's just like stupid.
Favorite cartoon character of all time?
Popeye, but I don't know. He's not my favorite. I don't really have a favorite.
Popeye works, though. He's a badass.
Yeah, but I don't have a favorite, really.
Okay, and Captain America or Aquaman?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
For Cage Side, I'm Christopher James.
And I'm Big Papa Pump, Nick Newell.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed 5 questions with Christopher James. I had a lot of fun doing it. Great to see some of the fighters come out of their shell a little bit and tell you about stuff in their life. And remember, Micah Miller and Sausage Biscuit, I don't understand what he was talking about, but you only saw it here on Cage Side with Christopher James. Now, when we come back, we're going to be talking to UFC fighter and tough veteran, Mike the Wolverine Rio. So stay tuned. Cage Side with Christopher James. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? It's Uriah Faber, the California Kid, and you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James on MyTV.
Do you need a criminal attorney? Call Eric J. Herman, attorney at law. Non-attorney spokesperson. Walter's Press Box. Tampa's #1 sports bar for over 20 years. The Press Box, Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game and party. We show all the NFL games and every other major sporting event in the world, including MMA. .222 South Dale Mabry Highway, Tampa, Florida.
Come on down and see us at the Press Box.
All right, Here for Cage Side with Christopher James. That's me. I'm here with the man. He fought in the Ultimate Fighter House, and now he's a full-fledged UFC fighter. He is the one and only Mike Rio. Mike, first of all, great to have you on the show, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Just loving the fights here. Everybody's going good. All the fights are going good, and I just love the fans here, man. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, this is your hometown. All the people are walking up to you. We're trying to get you back here to the interview room, and I kept turning around, and you were gone, man. It was like, turn around, where's Mike Rio? He's glad-handed with the fans, man. How does it make you feel that you get that respect from your community?
Oh, it makes me feel great, man. It's the best feeling in the world when everybody likes you and everybody respects what you do. And I mean, technically they're the reason why I'm still doing it. If no one liked me, if I wasn't doing good or whatever, I'd just be like, in a hole doing nothing. But since everybody's so positive about everything, I just want to get out there and do as much as I can. So. But
now you said something just now. You said if they didn't like you, you wouldn't be doing it. So you're saying that you wouldn't be fighting anymore if people didn't like you, or as long as you're doing good in the fighting, you're going to continue to fight, right?
Oh no, I'm going to fight regardless. But I don't. The way I was raised respectful, and I treat everybody with respect. So I wouldn't want somebody walking up to me and treating me like crap just for and giggles. And if that started, I would just hide in a hole somewhere because I wouldn't want to even deal with all the negativity. But since everybody in Miami and everybody in Southern Florida respects me because I respect them back. They treat me with so much respect that I just want to be out and about and shake hands and talk to everybody and take pictures and give high fives to everybody because it makes me feel good. Everybody's awesome.
You just had a big fight. You won. You did a great job. And, if I'm correct, and correct me if I'm wrong, that was your first fight since coming out of the house. How'd that feel to actually be, I know being in the house, you're a UFC fighter, but officially you are on the UFC roster now as a legitimate UFC fighter. How does that make you feel stepping into the octagon your very first time? Is there stage fright? Being as you've already been on the show, you've seen millions of people have seen you, so is there a different level of anxiety or fear when you go into that for that first official UFC fight?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because the Tough 16 was actually a smaller venue, so it wasn't like I had the humongous crowd screaming and this, that, and the other. But I didn't do too good on the show because I tore my knee and I broke 2 ribs, so everybody expected a lot out of me, but I just went in there and I didn't want to focus on anything else but the actual fight. And being a part of the UFC roster right now is probably the best thing to happen to me in years. And 2012 to me was a good year, and 2003 hopefully is going to like midget 2002. So I'm gonna do awesome.
So yeah, 2013 is coming up. We're in it now. Have you talked back with the UFC about what's coming up next for you, or are you just kind of sitting back waiting for them to give you the call?
Yeah, right now I'm just sitting back waiting for the call. They're bouncing some names, seeing what the best matchups are going to be, and whenever they find out, they send it to my manager Tina and ML, and once she finds out, I find out. When I find out, I tell my coaches, and we get back on the grind and start training for a fight, like a full-fledged let's go.
Now, you said there were some names being thrown out. Are there any names you want to divulge right now, or are you going to keep it a secret?
No, I'm saying to them, they're throwing around names trying to find out. To me, I haven't heard nothing.
Now,
I haven't heard anything.
Does it matter who they throw at you at this point, or are you just, because I know some guys say, it's not for me for whatever stylistic reasons. How about you? Do you take whatever they throw at you and just say, I'm grateful to be here?
Yes, I'm a small fish in a really big pond right now, and I'll fight anybody. If they want me to fight Chael Sonnen, I'll fight Chael Sonnen. I don't care. I just want to be a part of the situation, man. I'm loving it, and I just want to be in it. So I don't care. Make me fight John Jones. I don't care.
You mentioned both coaches on the upcoming season of Ultimate Fighter, John Jones, Chael Sonnen. Now,
plug.
Yeah, right. plug. You're welcome, Dana. All right. But no, you mentioned those two guys said you'd fight either one of them. Now, realistically, I don't think you would actually. You're a fighter, so I know you'd step in there with anybody. But obviously, way out of your weight class. But what do you think this season coming up is going to be like? Because John Jones is the consummate champion. He does everything right, and Chael Sonnen is the exact opposite. He's a great fighter, but he doesn't do everything the conventional way. He's a big, loudmouth guy, sells tickets, and they're hoping that he's going to revitalize the show because Tough has kind of had a little bit of a, That's actually, it only happened after you left. It's when that happened.
Yeah, so. Once I left, the show went. Not just playing, the show's still awesome. And I've heard good things about this season so far. I haven't been told anything, of course, but everybody that I talk to is just like, it's good. So I can't wait for the season premiere. And with John Jones and Chael Sonnen, John Jones is unstoppable, and then Chael Sonnen, who he's a good wordsmith and he knows how to get under your skin. So I would like to. I want to see how John Jones is going to take being pissed off with someone at his ear the entire time for the entire time on the show, and then up to the fight, he's going to be talking trash. So, you know, I mean, we've seen John Jones very composed, and nobody can rattle him. Let's see what happens if he gets rattled and how he fights when he's rattled.
Now, I'm going to ask you one other thing about the house. Excuse me. Every person I've ever spoken to on the house says there's one thing that they absolutely 100% think was the coolest thing. We're going to see if you're on the same page. So, what was the coolest thing about being in the house?
The coolest thing about being in the house? Well, to me, the coolest thing about being in the house was getting to rub elbows with all, like, the head honchos of the UFC. All the owners, the best fighters, everybody coming in, you know, during the fight time, you get to talk to previous fighters, you get to talk to the cast, you get to talk to everybody that's involved. UFC is a tight-knit group, and they're a family, and just being there and seeing how they treat each other and how everything works, and they work like clockwork, was like the best thing to me, because I got to meet the best guys and the best owners, and they just treated me with so much respect, and I love the UFC top to bottom. So.
You know, it's funny because you're the first guy that came with that answer. You want me to tell you what everybody else said was the coolest thing about the house?
Huh.
The wish list.
Oh, yeah, the magic list. The magic list where we can put anything on and magically it appears in the morning with your name on it.
So what was the things that you put on the magic list that you felt were like the coolest things you were able to just go, give me those?
If I get a sponsorship, Snickers. Snickers, I ordered some more Snickers, and on top of Snickers, I ordered ice cream Snickers, and on top of ice cream Snickers, I ordered more Snickers.
So what you're trying to say is it was Snickers?
It was Snickers, yeah. I ordered Snickers more than anything else in the house.
Of all the things you could order on the wish list, it was Snickers? Why?
I'm the worst athlete ever. The worst, man. I don't know. It was like something. It was something to eat, and I didn't have to cook, and I didn't have to focus on anything. Snickers just fed me perfectly. So.
All right. So now, you know, I'm sure you know from being on The Ultimate Fighter, not just in Miami, but I'm sure you know when you go places, people recognize you. How does that make you feel? You know, when people walk up and you go, "Oh my God, Mike Rio, it's you. How are you?" You know, boom, 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 and they show you that respect, and they come to you and they're like, "You know, I'm a fan." You know, did you ever picture that really becoming part of your life?
Oh man, that's one thing I wish that would have became part of my life. I loved when people walk up to me and say hi. I get a lot of like Facebook posts and a lot of texts and a lot of this saying that, "Were you here? I think I saw you," and I always reply, "How come you didn't say hi?" I mean, if you see me anywhere, Best Buy, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Come say hi to me. I'll sit there and talk to you. I mean, don't think, you know, I'm just gonna walk away and be like, "Listen, I don't want to," you know, nothing. No, man, I love when people come up to me. I love when they love what I do, because it makes me want to do it even more. So
now, do you ever get anybody that walks up and tries, you go, "Oh, this guy's in the you know, he's an Ultimate Fighter, he's in a cage, blah blah blah"? You ever get anybody that walks up to you and try you because of what you do for a living?
Yes, more than you think, especially when I'm going out at night. A lot of the guys with the liquid courage in them know that that's why I don't tell anybody I'm a fighter. Guys with liquid courage in them automatically coming up to me and going like, "He's not that big, I can take him." Like, really, I'm here hanging out with, you know, my friends and my friends and some chicks and stuff like that. I don't really want to talk about fighting, especially when talking about somebody fighting me at that moment. So, you know, a lot of guys come up and just try you for no reason.
You just brush them off and be their consummate professional.
Yeah, I get paid to punch people in the face, and I get paid to get punched in the face. Last thing I want to do is go to the club and do it for free.
I feel you, man. All right, well, listen, man, I want to say thank you for taking the time, man. I got a lot of respect for you, man. You know, you're a hardworking guy out of Miami doing it and, you know, making the big time. So congratulations on that. Before I let you go, tell everybody how to keep up with you in your career, you know, on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media. This is your time. Give it up.
Hey guys, it's Mike the Wolverine Rio here. If you want to look me up, ask me questions, anything you want about dieting, about fighting, it doesn't matter. Hit me up on Mike Rio MMA on Twitter, Facebook Mike Rio, Instagram Mike Rio. I'm easy to find. I'm all over social media, so hit me up. I would love to answer some questions.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you honestly, you know, one of the things I do is I troll the Facebook page. I see which guys out there, fighters all over, and Mike Rio is definitely one of the guys. If you hit him up, he will respond and talk to you, so don't be afraid. So, Mike, thanks again for taking the time to talk with us. We appreciate it. Hey, everybody, I'm Christopher James, your cage side. Hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Mike Rio. He's a great guy, not just as a fighter, but as a person as well. Really glad I got to meet him and hang out with him today. So, keep up with him. Make sure you keep your eye on him because he's going places. That's Mike the Wolverine Rio. So thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it as always. We had a great time today. We showed you the elevation training mask with Sean Sherk. If you want to get one, go to trainingmask.com. I hope you enjoyed the workout video. Hope you enjoyed 5 questions. And remember, keep your eye on Luis Sapo Santos, the latest addition to the XFC roster. Follow us on Facebook at Cage Side with Christopher James and on Twitter at My MMA Show. Your cage side. and I'm Christopher James. Cage Side with Christopher James is brought to you by The Press Box and Eric J. Herman, attorney at law. What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuit. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go up the deuces. There you go, baby.